Exactly.
So,
good morning, everybody, and welcome to
Monday morning motivation.
Thank you for not
Making excuses. We practiced this. Thank you for not making excuses. That's correct. We practiced this earlier. We went through this.
Well done, well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so today is a very special day because Maria and me were here in person again. Live, she biked all the way over to my place at 6 o'clock in the morning. She did make excuses. Maria actually has a cat allergy and she's surrounded by two amazing cats right now. So, but
That's okay. The things you do, and also I'll be out of here as soon as I can so that I don't die. But it's okay. I like cats.
So I guess you guys are worth it that she's here.
Yeah.
Okay, I think most of you know MMM, but in case you don't, we're a community of like-minded people who are interested in self-development. They want to have positive, inspiring starts in a new day and week, and overall in life, just to stay positive and motivated and so on.
And come hang out on Monday mornings on the Zoom call.
What else would you do at 7 or 8 o'clock on a Monday morning?
That's a great question. Nothing else. So this is what we're talking about today. We're talking about the myth of busyness, and we got a lot to share, so be ready. For everybody who is not in the WeChat group, scan the QR code. That's me. I'll pull you in. We share all the upcoming events in the QR code in the WeChat group. So that's how you stay updated with all the things we have coming on.
We have 2,500 members by now. We've been doing this for 2 years.
Yes.
That's our great lineup for this month. We don't only have coaches and trainers, but entrepreneurs, business owners talking here this month. Malaysian, Indian, German, and American.
There you go. That's a pretty multicultural lineup for this month. And of course, we'll keep you guys updated on all the things that are happening. So that is just a preview of what August looks like, because it's August already.
Crazy.
I know.
If you love what we're doing, because we don't get paid for this, it's our big passion. Feel free to scan the QR code, donate. Some people have been asking for this, and we give 50% to the 1 million tree project, and they plant trees in Mongolia. So we're doing something for the environment as well. If you ever miss a webinar, no problem. We got you covered as well. And if you want to be MMMM, a Monday morning motivation member, we have really cool discounts to all of our partners. As you can see, health, coaching, business, whatever, language, but also you get access to, I think, 1.5 years of recordings every Monday morning, no excuses. And
Yes, from January 2020. So that's about 1.5 years worth of month. So it's about a lot. I can't do the math, but it's a lot of webinars.
Definitely. So just scan the QR code in. It's only 400 RMB. It's nothing. So full of value, basically.
I know Janine is holding the book, so I know she wants to share this.
Yes. So if you need a nice present or 365 days of motivation for yourself, we have e-versions. You can work on gratitude journaling. You have daily quotes, goal setting, and a lot of other cool things for every day. And it's really good. We have big companies. They gave it as presents to their employees, like HSBC, for example.
Yes.
Okay.
That's last but not least.
We are looking for volunteers. If you would love to work with us, you want to build up MMM further, please come join us as a community manager or as a marketing manager.
Yes, I know the chat is obscuring this, but yes.
Okay, enough talking. Now, Maria, can you tell us, by the way, who are you?
Look at the slides. That's me. Yeah, that's mostly what I do. Coach, trainer, consultant. I've been in China for 11 years, in Shanghai for 11 years. And I do all a bunch of stuff. And MMM is one of the things I do. And all the rest is coaching, training, consulting with companies and entrepreneurs for a lot of different topics. So I think that that's more than enough for me. But Janine, what about yourself?
Global citizen, but born and raised in Germany. I used to work for HP, so I actually have an IT business background for a Fortune 500 company. And yeah, when I came to China, I found my purpose in life while studying here. And now I have my own consulting company in Shanghai. So if you look for a coach focusing on business and happiness life topics, come talk to me. I'm happy to connect you with other good coaches. And I'm also an intercultural consultant and in China now for 4 years.
Yes, time flies, doesn't it?
Okay, with no further ado, let's start with the topic.
Yes. So we would really like to, today we wanted to talk to you guys about busyness. And so this is the first question that I'm just gonna throw outside and see what do you guys think. So if I ask you, how have you been lately? Sorry, I thought it was sprinkles.
Sorry.
How have you been? Like, feel free to use the chat to answer. And take a moment to actually, like, how have you been? Just answer the question, and then we'll see how that goes.
I'll answer it too, okay?
I'll try not to sneeze too much. That's a cat. We have to let the cat.
Why not?
Why not?
Well, everybody's thinking. And just be honest to yourself.
Yes. Okay, that was not supposed to happen. That's okay. My computer didn't die. Okay, that's good.
Monday morning fun. I hope you all found your answer by now.
Thank you, John. Staying busy. And everybody, like, if you talk to 100 people, I bet that at least 70 to 80 people, if you talk to 10 people, I think that at least 7 or 8 people will tell you that lately they've been really busy. Try it. Like today, try to just ask people, how have you been? And I can guarantee you that a lot of people will tell you they've been busy. Now, the question that comes naturally is, exactly what have you been busy doing lately? So if you answered busy to yourself, and even if you don't, think about when you think of, oh, I've been very busy. Exactly what have you been busy doing? Think about it. And if you want, type in the chat. Oh, right. Maybe I should just pull the chat. Absolutely.
Yes. Stop. I'll do it too.
Well, Janine answers. I'll try to rescue the computer that a cat just threw away. Okay.
Life with a cat gets more exciting.
Right. So work, side project, work, busy. So even if you don't have the answer right now, I think this is a very good question to ask yourself. When you tell yourself or when you tell other people that you're busy, what does that actually mean? What does that busyness come from? And I don't have the answer, only you do. But it's an interesting question to ask yourself to see where that busyness is originated. So the other question and basically Sebastian is already answering the second one, which is why do you want to be or stay busy? Because that is the other thing. Do you like being always busy? And if so, why do you want to do so? If the answer is yes, I like always being busy because I want to be the most successful person on earth, there you go. It's your choice, perfect. But I'm guessing that a lot of people don't like the feeling of always being busy. When you say you're busy, it's not usually, oh, I'm extremely busy, I'm super happy about it. It's like, oh, I'm busy.
Find your answer now. My answer.
There you go. Thank you for sharing. And while you guys think about that, you might not be able to find the answer right now, but just think about it and see, how does this busyness make you feel? And how do you hope to feel instead? because there's a few reasons why we keep telling ourselves that we're busy. And Janine's going to share a couple.
So the last 2 weeks, we actually spoke about the inner saboteurs. Do you remember when the mind sabotages you? The little voice you have inside your head that constantly tells you to maybe judge other people or to judge yourself or to stay busy. So if you have this little voice that tells you constantly want to stay busy, you may actually have, we call it the restless saboteur. And the restless saboteur basically says that or behaves in a way like they're never at rest or they're never content with what is right here, right now. They're never in peace with the current activity they're doing. So that's why they're doing the next and the next activity or several activities throughout the day. They need perpetual busyness. And there's this underlying lie when the saboteur tells yourself, oh, Janine or Maria, this is the way to accomplish and experience the most possible. That's that little voice inside your head. Maybe some of you have it too. Not everybody has it. So if you want to check out what are your inner saboteurs out of the 10 different ones, feel free to take this online test. But yeah, for some of us, that restless saboteur has a very strong voice inside us and is influencing and sabotaging us. Now, talking about this, let's break this down. What exactly is actually busyness? I know we've been talking about this. Let's check some definitions. One potential definition of busy could be, because busy and busyness are two different things. Busy could be defined as, well, being engaged in action and being in use. Okay, but now the contrary here, or like on the other hand, busyness is defined as the facet of having a lot to do with minimal progress, or effort towards accomplishing your goals. And for example, some of you may have a to-do list. I love to actually write it down, or I use an app, and this is miles long, and it's getting longer and longer and longer, and even more overwhelming. But on the other hand, the list gets longer, but you barely get anything done to really achieve your goals. Which brings me to a really big topic here, which is the risk of burnout. I feel like, I don't know how you see it, but a lot of people actually don't talk about burnout. I feel like it's still like a taboo topic, because especially here in China, I always perceive being busy is so good. But there's this huge risk of burnout. When I used to work at HP, yes, I spoke with colleagues about burnout. I could tell you so many names of clients and colleagues, they all had burnout, and not just once. But for example, here for us entrepreneurs, barely anybody talks about this. So 3 dimensions of burnout that I would like to share with you. And please keep in mind, burnout does not always have something to do just with work life. Very often, it also means that private and work life, there's something coming up together. And here the 3 dimensions are, for example, number 1, you may have these feelings of energy depletion or complete exhaustion. Number 2, you may also have this increased mental distance from your own job or even your own feelings of negativism or cynicism, which is related to your job, or as I said, even to your private life. And then last but not least, there's also a sense of ineffectiveness and lack of accomplishment, because it takes you so much energy to get out of bed, to get things done. So all of this can come together, and there's several stages of burnout. So if you already see, you can recognize yourself and hear, those are the alarm clocks where it's time to change something. And the crazy thing is, recently, I can tell you like so many people, even like in my friend circle, whether it's in Germany or here in China, they're actually burned out, or they have the first stages and signs of burnout. And I'm pretty sure that with the COVID situation, not traveling, it did not get easier. But it's time to change something now. And there's this interesting survey by Deloitte on workplace burnout. And here is the crazy thing. Like 77% of the respondents, they actually said, well, yes, I've experienced employee burnout at my current job. And now here, even crazier, more than 50% of these respondents are actually saying, yes, it actually happened more than just one time.
And I think that people just admitting it is a step forward compared to just like ignoring it. But it's definitely not. We definitely have a lot of ground to cover still.
Exactly. Now, Maria, it's your turn.
Yes. So again, if you ever ask, 10 people, 100 people, most people will tell you, I've been busy lately. And in the 7 a.m. call, we actually had someone who was very dear, close to my heart, because they said, I've been busy, but I've not been productive. And I'm like, thank you for saying that. Because a lot of the time, we think that being busy means getting things done. And despite what you think of, like, if whatever things you need to be doing, whether that's work related, work or life, whether that's spending time with friends or family, it doesn't really matter. But a lot of the time we feel that being busy is actually being productive. It's not. A lot of people are busy just for the sake of being busy, or they're just busy being busy, which just means that they just pile things on top of each other because, as we said in the 7 a.m. call, not being intentional with what you do. You just accept that things are coming your way. You don't say no. You just pile your calendar and your to-do list with a lot of things that you might not need just because being busy feels like you're doing a lot. And all the time, that is not true. And I found this quote from Jack Ma, which is a remarkable quote, because of course, we all know that busyness is not something we invented. But at the same time, I think something has changed, because if 20, 30, 50 years ago, people said, I'm busy, that might have actually looked like, they were working in the fields, they were working in a factory. For most people these days, being busy looks very different. We have a relatively shorter work days, depending on the job you do, depending what you do. But at the same time, the busyness comes from a lot of different things. It's not just work. Even if you tell yourself it's work, it's not. It's a lot of different things, because the way that we spend time has changed. We all are aware that technology has basically taken over our life, and that is one of the tiny things that has influenced how we see time and how we see busyness. So I would like you guys to ask yourselves, if you told yourself you were busy, but even if you haven't, think about a time where you were very, very busy. What has that stopped you from doing? Like, being busy, I can tell you that this is what I think, and maybe by the end of this, you'll agree with me. Being busy is not good for you, because it's not helping you, it's not supporting you. So what has this busyness stopped you from doing? Take a moment, write it down in the chat if you want to, write it down on a piece of paper, think about it, whatever you feel it's better, but really think about it. What do you want to do instead of being busy? What has this busyness stopped you from achieving? And it might be a hard question to answer. Take a little time to be honest with yourself, because nobody can know for you.
Already answered.
Good, thank you. So while you guys think of that, I would like to share a couple of things that we can do to move away from busy. And hopefully some of these things can, it's very bright. There you go, that's a bit better. Moving away from busyness is something that I personally am trying to do more and more intentionally these days. And this is some of the things that we can do in order to do that. And the first thing is, I would love if anybody in this call would join me in this crusade that I'm on. I've been trying for the past few months to stop using the word busy. It's very easy. Like, oh, sorry, I'm busy, I can't talk to you right now. I'm very busy tomorrow, let's meet the next day. I can't do this, I'm too busy. It's extremely easy to use the word. But what if we don't? what if we are honest with ourselves and with the people that we talk to, and we say, look, I don't have time for this right now. I'll get back to you later. I am doing a lot of things tomorrow. Can we meet the next day? Oh, I have a lot of projects going on at the moment, or I just want to spend time with someone else, like with my family, with my friends. Can we do this later? Stop using the word busy is a way to stop thinking of yourself as busy, because most of the time that is just an excuse for not doing other things, or for not prioritizing the things that you want to actually do because you're being too busy.
As I said, challenge accepted, Maria.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna try from today, from after this call, to be on board with this.
There you go. Thank you. And if you guys want to try it, please let us know how it goes. It's not easy because it's a very default answer, but being more intentional about this can definitely help. The second thing is, have you ever allowed yourself to do nothing for just a little while? I'm not saying a whole day, because not everybody has that luxury, but 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. And by doing nothing, I don't mean watching TV. I don't mean looking at your phone. I don't mean reading. I don't mean writing. I don't mean doing nothing. Literally means sit down or go for a walk and not think about anything, or having the space to just let your brain do nothing for a little while, because you would be surprised how much your brain needs that. Having constantly busyness, having constantly inputs, either from technology, from people, that can really, really tire you. And sometimes your brain just needs a little bit of time to calm down and to process things. And we don't do that enough. And the constantly being busy, it's something that really doesn't allow us for that. So being more intentional about doing nothing for a little while can be really, really, really interesting. There we go.
Sleeping also doesn't include this, right? Doing nothing.
I
When
don't know.
you sleep, right?
I know. I think that sleep is definitely extremely important, but I think that is something that is necessary also for your brain to relax, but that doesn't necessarily allow you to think about things. So I don't know.
Or to not think about things.
Exactly. And we come to a very, very thorny topic, because we all know that technology is extremely important these days. That's how we communicate with friends and loved ones. That's how we do business. That's how we work. We're talking to you through a computer. You're listening to us through a computer or a phone. We know how technology is important. But at the same time, it's something that we very hardly switch off completely from. And I'm not talking about, spending a month without technology. If you can do that, kudos to you. I'm very jealous. But for everybody else, it can look like, turning your phone off at 10 o'clock in the evening and just going to bed without having your phone or tablet or device with you. It can look like leaving your phone or computer in the other room for a couple of hours and just do something different. The constant messages and the notifications that you receive are adding to that feeling of busyness, because you always feel like there's something you have to do. You have to pay attention. And that is on top of everything else you're actually doing. So try that, whatever that looks like. It might be 10 minutes, might be 2 hours, might be a day. You can also work your way up to like a longer detox, but that is something that can definitely help with the feeling of being busy, because allowing yourself to not receive those inputs can make you a little bit more resilient to that if you build that in the long run. And now Janine has a couple of examples about why this is important, not just for your life, but also for your work.
Exactly. So this is now, I have 2 business cases for you, and I'm pretty sure you could maybe recognize yourself in your work life in here as well. Okay, number 2, here on the left side, you can see busyness. Let's imagine you have some plans to focus on a really, really big project in your work, but you're constantly having these emails. They pop in nonstop. Or maybe not just emails, let's say WeChat messages and emails. They come in ding, 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 ding all the time. But at the end, you end up getting sucked up into replying WeChat messages, replying emails for hours, nonstop. And the crazy thing is, they're not even urgent. And basically because of that, you only get a tiny piece of your actual work towards this important project done. And you accomplished less than what you actually wanted to accomplish today. So that's a business case. Now let's have a look of what you could do on the contrary. Some advice, and I'm sure you have maybe something else that would work for you. Now let's imagine again, you have plans to focus on this really big project. You know your emails and your WeChat messages are constantly distracting you. So you make a plan to, for example, check your emails and WeChat messages just a few times per day. You could either set, like I love to turn off my internet even. I even have WeChat messages, the notifications turned off. For emails, I only see it in specific times when they come in. So there's in the settings, you can check it. You decide, you're the boss over your emails and WeChat messages. You can set reminders or whenever you take a break or whatever works for you. And then, most important is, you do not respond to every message, but to only the most urgent messages. And the others, they have to wait a bit longer, because this is how you basically keep a clear mind and you can really prioritize and accomplish the goals you want to accomplish. And I know it's not easy, especially like in China compared to my culture in Germany or in Europe. People constantly expect you to reply immediately. But that's not how you get things done if you have to reply immediately. Okay, next point, last but not least, now, another case. Sorry, it's a lot of text, but I wanted to share this with you in the group chat later as well. Now, again, next case, the busyness case is, yes, you're working on a big project and you're basically working with people from lots of different departments. You need to collaborate. So you're super excited actually, because it's going to provide you with a lot of exposure to senior management, which is exciting. But to really move the needle, you set up a full day of meetings, one after another. In between of the meetings, you have a little bit of time where you're stressed out, replying your WeChat messages and your emails, and you're not even getting behind it. It's just too much. And at the end of the day, you're just exhausted, and you still have a huge pile of emails, WeChat messages, and there's even some other work you actually would need to do. Now, this is the busyness case, looking at how can we do this a little bit better. And again, this is your power. You decide how you want to manage your time. Again, you have this important project with colleagues, collaborations from many different departments. And basically now you need to schedule a lot of meetings with those senior level professionals to help move the project forward. But this time, you are strategically scheduling the meetings to allow yourself some time, even in between the day, to work on other items. Maybe you schedule it on 2 days and you prepare an agenda like the Germans do it, right? You prepare an agenda for each meeting. So you have a clear objective for each discussion while you're still allowing some time to network. Or maybe you would start with a small talk, which we often do like American style, right? And between each meeting, or you leave each meeting with exactly what you wanted to move forward, because you were very well structured. It's all in your power. It's your decision. Woo, welcome to the end. And guys, I'm super excited to announce Maria actually published her book. It's currently available on Amazon. Her shirt even fits perfectly to her book cover. Tell us more, Maria.
This is a short book that I've written that is all about time management with clarity. So what we're talking about today is busyness, right? And I'm pretty sure, unless you guys don't agree, which is fair, but I'm pretty sure that all of us want to be less busy. And one of the things that you can do is shift your mindset, like we said, from always being on and always doing all the things to like try and manage your time and your tasks better. So that's what the book is about. There's a lot of tools. And if you're interested, it's on Amazon.
Yay. And last but not least.
And Janine is hosting her, this is the second one, right?
Yes.
There you go. The second Positive Intelligence for Success program, which is all online, right?
Yes, all online. You have an app, 6 weeks of content, and every day you will work on weakening this inner voice, the saboteurs that where the mind sabotages you, and strengthening your sage powers, the positive emotions where the mind basically serves you. It's the whole content is created by a Harvard Stanford professor. He's a coach that worked with most of the Fortune 100 companies, and I'm very excited to offer on top of his program 6 weeks of group coaching. So if you want to join us, feel free to scan the QR code and reach out to me.
There you go. It's September, right?
Exactly, September, and this time we have 15 people, 3 groups. Yeah, the places are normally done quite fast when people reach out.
Very excited.
Yes, okay, guys, now it's time for you. I'm gonna stop sharing, and
There you go.
yes, and now it's time for you. Do you want to share anything? Would you like to ask some questions? We're
Let me
also
just-
checking the chat.
Yeah. So let me just take a look. Yeah. Hi, Alicia. Alicia said I just did 3 days of my phone. I need to do it once a month. It really helps. It also helps to see how much people are missing, like how much people are missing while on their phone. True, true. While we always are on our phone, we do miss a lot of what is happening around us. And being more mindful and more intentional with the time that we spend and with the people that we are, is definitely something that it's worth not being busy.
Well done, Alicia. That's very inspirational.
Shanika said, yes, sometimes I set time aside and look my WeChat, the projects. This protects me mentally and helps me focus. Absolutely.
Very
Like
good.
setting time off your social media and all the things that distract you is extremely important. Technology detox technology is great learning. Yeah, it's hard to do, but it's very, very worth it. And you know, it's not easy because it means that you need to actually say, I'm not going to look at my phone, I'm not going to look at my email, I'm not going to look at my computer. And it's hard to do, especially if you feel that you have a lot of things coming your way.
Yeah.
So
So
Raj was asking about culture.
yeah, there is a lot of, I would just Google or look on Baidu. There's a lot of good content about working culture. You could go on Hofstede, but this is not just working culture, it's culture in general. What is it? Hofstede
Yes, Sebastian, give us a
Insights.
second. I saw you raise hand.
Hofstede, is it insights.com
I
or
don't
so?
remember. If you Google or Baidu Hofstede, I'm sure you
Hofstede Insights, I think.com, but it's more like general culture, like all different kind of cultures. There's so much content out there, it's very easy to find.
Yes, Sebastian.
Thank you. A couple points. Firstly, that September event, how much is that going to be?
I don't know.
I'm happy to send you the details because I'm not officially allowed to tell the price. The whole program by Shirza Chamin, who developed this, is actually $1,000.
Yeah.
But because I'm one of the coaches getting certified in his program, I am able to make it for a more affordable price. So
Great.
I'm happy to send you all the details.
Yeah, please. You have my contact details? Great.
Yes,
The
I
next
do.
thing I'd just like to share is that in relation to managing your busyness, I think what you ladies share is great, but I also like to suggest a couple of points which have been verified like by experts in that field, and that is, it's been shown that singing, dancing, laughter are 3 very important things to help you to reduce stress, help you
Yes.
to detox, if you like. So just like to encourage people to remember that as well. And naturally, added to that, you have adequate sleep, proper diet, and you mentioned already, I call it me time. So yeah, so just like to remind people that yeah, there are practical things you do that are very little cost, almost no cost. So thank you.
Very good add-ons. They're
Yeah.
so simple that we often forget about it, but they're so important and it doesn't even cost any money. That's the coolest thing.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sebastian. And that is an extremely good point. And I want to like add on to that because a lot of people know this instinctively. A lot of people know, and most people know that sleeping and exercising and eating well and making time to spend time with family and friends and relaxing is important. But what I think a lot of the peer pressure comes in is like, oh, you have to be busy. If you're not busy, you're not successful. If you're not busy, you're not doing the important things. Well, I think that if you ask anybody, like, towards the end of their life, like, what do you wish you have spent more time doing? Probably not many people will say working. So I think that is, a lot to say about what are the important things in life. And don't get me wrong, being successful and making enough money to have the life that you want is extremely important. But why does that have to be the only thing that you focus on? And also, why is that be the only thing that you're focused on forever that you forget everything else? So
yeah. If I may also add to that, Maria, you reminded me of a saying that I learned growing up in Hong Kong, and the rough translation is that you got to fight for every second. Now, I don't subscribe to that anymore because it produces more negative results than positive ones. And one specific result is that your life will be shortened if you indeed fight for every second in your life for for a long time. While you're young, in your 20s or 30s, you might not feel it, but as you grow older, you will reap the bad results. So yeah, just balance is very important. You also mentioned the essential step of planning your meeting out, having a proper agenda so that all people are on the same page, so that the meetings are productive rather than just chit-chatting. So yeah, so they are. Me time important, and yes, we got to use our time wisely, but the saying goes, it's not just working hard, but you got to work smart as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Thank you so much. We have some really nice sharings in here, also from Chinika. Maria, your chat. Okay, now I got it. I know in this day and age, people expect for you to respond immediately. I try to help manage people's expectations by being present when I'm in front of them, which means I won't be chatting on the computer. Also, I don't talk or limit to 2 or 3 text messages on my days off. Nice.
Well done.
Yvonne, thank you, Janine and Maria, as always. Monday mornings will be different without MMM. Glad to see your beautiful faces this morning. Now I'm gonna head for my busyness. I've practiced to turn busyness into business. Oh, well done. Have a good day too, Yvonne.
Thank you for sharing, Yvonne.
Okay, last chance if somebody wants to ask a question or add anything else. In parallel, I'm going to share our flyers again. If you want to become a volunteer, it doesn't matter in which city you are located. You can help us to be a community manager. You can become a marketing manager and support MMM. Yeah. Reach out to me. Yes. And also, again, if you love what we're doing, feel free to donate. And as said, like 50% goes to the 1 Million Tree Project. And please become a Monday Morning Motivation member. You have access to all the beautiful webinars we do every Monday morning. If you ever miss a webinar, that's totally okay. You get discounts with our partners and so on.
Yes. And thank you everybody for joining this morning, because I know that being busy is something that we all say, but hopefully from today, you guys have had some revelations or some time to reflect on what does busyness mean to you and what do you want to do about it? Because if you enjoy being busy and always having things on your mind and never having time for yourself and family, you know what? Fair. But I'm guessing that's not what most people want. So
exactly.
Try it to see how you can turn yourself into a less busy person, while of course getting the things you want done and spending more time with friends and family and yourself, and just taking a little bit more balanced approach.
Okay. And everybody, thank you so much for joining this Monday morning. We hope you enjoyed it. Have a beautiful Monday and start implementing this new knowledge that you have. Start taking action. Like I'm going to erase the word busy from a vocabulary. I'll try my best.
Yay.
You got to start somewhere, right? So what about you? Where are you going to start? So make yourself, make a commitment with yourself. Share it in the MMM group if you like. And happy Monday. Lots of positivity, motivation, and inspiration to you guys.
Thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Celine, Shanika, and everybody else. Bye.